EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Jets. Marr now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9. At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They'll run it with Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Darnold from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, 47. It's our time. 57. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. I got it.
Prescott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
This is Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And they'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Jets take over. Let's go, Ben. At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not worried.
Darnold, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Draw play, Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. And he's got a noon one. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Bell. Bell first down and then some. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And this one's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Throwing, Prescott, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3 from the shotgun again to Elliott. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Prescott on first down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Cowboys take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
That's caught inside the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play here for Dallas. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
47.
57, Mike 57. In your face.
57. 26.
Now Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And we got Mike, number 50. 53. Check pass. Check pass. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Forced out under pressure again, and down he goes again. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. Marr able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
47. 26.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. What can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. 53 is the mic. I'm coming.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50 seconds to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Kill.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Watch the slant. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got one.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Copeland with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. A first down carry by Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Again, it's Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want.
Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyrone Crawford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together